What we have here is a Hunter original, made by Robbins and Myers, or made with Robbins and Myers. Dates to 1984. It is a Reverse-aire model. It is white and antique brass. This is one of the more uncommon combinations you see with originals. It's from, again, 1984, which means it's 3-speed shaded pole. This was one of the very last shaded pole originals made, because mid-1984 they switched to a PSC motor, permanent split capacitor, which was electrically reversible. This fan's pretty minty too. Has a couple scratches here and there just from transport and this and that. But it's very, very clean. There is the tag. You can just make out the serial number. 48 indicates 84. And yeah. This fan is model 23306. Now, 23306 is the white code. It's the code for a white finish. So you're thinking white and antique brass. How's that correct? Well, here's the thing. Hunter actually did offer white and antique brass as a factory combination. However, they also sold the blades separately, and they had brass and antique brass bottom plates available aftermarket, which basically allowed one to customize your fan. So if you got a white motor, you could get a set of white blades with antique brass reverse-aire arms, and you could purchase an antique brass bottom plate from Hunter or from the showroom or wherever it was sold. So this was an aftermarket custom job. Although it's not an abomination because, again, Hunter actually did promote this practice. So, interesting little tidbit there. Now, another thing that's interesting about this fan is the antique brass. It's not tarnished. Normally, when you see R&M originals and antique brass, they have either a little bit of tarnish or they're just completely like grayish brown vomit. Like completely tarnished. Their antique brass was pretty fragile. It tarnished very, very easily. Which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's see how it performs. Starting on low. The 3-speed shaded pole motors are very, very quiet. Unlike R&M's 2-speed motors, which really like to make noise. Or at least after, when there's shaft wear involved. Yeah, this is a 3-speed shaded pole motor. These were introduced in 1983 because I believe 83 is when Hunter went 3-speed across their entire model line. This included the Comfort Breeze models, although I think, yeah, the 36-inch models still remained 2-speed in terms of originals. I don't know about 36-inch Comfort Breeze, as I have yet to find one that's 36 inches and 3-speed. But, yeah, I digress. As you can see, the low speed is actually kind of aesthetic. It's kind of nice. Well, unfortunately, one of the reverse-aire arms is bent upwards a little bit. This may have happened in transport or while it was sitting at Habicrap, which is where I got it. So, I might try to find a new arm at some point, maybe, or at least the base an antique brass base for a reverse-aire arm. Because this fan is minty otherwise. It's a shame that one of the brackets is bent up. I mean, it's not out of clock, it's just longitudinally bent upwards. Let's go to medium. You really see the wobble now. It's most prominent on medium. So yeah, this one was sitting at Habacrap $10. This Habacrap is rather cheap. It's like prices are usually $10, sometimes $5, sometimes $15, but very, very cheap. Those are the good ones. You can end up leaving with a whole shopping cart full of stuff if you're not careful. What? Don't mind the puss. Now, the medium speed with this motor is actually about the same speed as it would be if it were a 2-speed. Which is good, because, like I said, in a different, yeah, I didn't say it yet, but I'm going to say it now. The 2-speed R&M motors, the low speed was really more like a medium. So I'm glad they kept the same number of turns per coil to keep the medium the same. Anyway, let's go straight to high. Hauls ass like it should. Now, despite the bent iron, high-speed wobble's not terrible, actually. I mean, it's there, but it's not terrible. Could be much worse. It's freaking silent, which is the way I like it. So. Now, when I got the fan, it had a 4-inch antique brass Hunter globe fitter on it, but someone replaced the socket with some direct wired bullshit, so I just took the light off. I haven't replaced it yet. Or, I haven't replaced the socket yet. Blade pitch is 15 degrees in downdraft. It's 18 degrees with updraft. It's interesting how Hunter chose to increase the pitch for updraft. With the 36-inch originals like the one, or 38-inch original like the one in the background, the pitch is 10.5 downdraft, and I think it's 14 degrees updraft. But those 36-inch originals are incredibly weak, so if you have them reversed, it's just going to slow it down big time. Not very effective fans. Fan also uses an arcless pull chain. Antique brass. Now it's off. Thinking this fan had to have been in like a dining room or something like that, because it's the only way this fan could be in such good shape. You know, dining rooms are generally dry environments, seldom used. So, if it were a kitchen, it would probably be a grease bomb. If it were a living room, it would be dusty and this and that. It's also pretty clean. I have not cleaned this thing yet. So the dining room theory definitely seems to fit. And also hasn't, you can also tell it hasn't been used much because it's not gummed up at all. Spin down time is very long. And there you have it, an almost mint white and antique brass Hunter R&M Reverse-aire original.